Sophia, by the way, you won the game. We were playing the game, Would You Rather, and you won.
Oh, I forgot that's where we started.
It is. This is what I love about
us.
This is what I love about this show. It's like wherever it takes us, it takes us.
Yeah.
Talking about relationships, sex, and identity always reminds me that being human is messy. So I wanted to create a compassionate space where we could feel less alone and embrace our mess together. The funny, the vulnerable, the cringe, and even the kinky, because every part of who we are matters. So don't be shy, baby. Tell me something messy. Baby, welcome to the show. I'm your messy mom, Brandon Kyle Goodman. And you know what that means. It is time for a guest. Now, while they get situated, we will get our messy kiki started with a hoe manifesto. Say it with me if you know it. Grant me the serenity to unpack my shame, the courage to heal, the wisdom to know that sex is not about penetration, the audacity to advocate for my pleasure and boundaries, the strength to not call my ex that boy, girl, or they. For it is better to masturbate by myself in peace than to let someone play in my motherfucking face. Let the community say, hallelujah. Baby, today our mess is blessed because we've got the incredible, the one and only Sophia Bush in our messy living room. Now, you know her from One Tree Hill, Good Sam, and a million other things. But listen, this woman is more than just a TV queen. She's an activist, a storyteller, a truth teller. Honestly, she is a walking heart with a megaphone. She's smart, she's fierce, and she's messy just like us, okay? We started with a lube breaker, but then we couldn't help ourselves. We dive deep into our mess fast. Please enjoy my conversation with Sophia Bush. Hi, Sophia.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to the messy living room.
But it's not.
It's not.
At all.
Well, we bring the mess. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We are the mess.
Oh no, it's us. You're like, it's me. Hi.
It's me, honey. Hey, hi, I'm the mess. Well, before we get our messy kiki started, we have our messy mandates, which is, I know it by heart, but I'm still going to read it.
I like that.
Things get to be unprocessed.
Yes.
Any opinions shared have the right to shift, change today, tomorrow, 10 years from now.
Forever.
Period, right?
Yes.
And if during the kiki, something feels too personal or unintentionally offends, we use the safe word foosball, which gives us a chance,
foosball.
right? Do you play foosball?
I mean, like, anywhere I see a table.
You want to
I'll
play
it, but I don't.
I didn't know what foosball really was until I started the show, because I said foosball is the safe word, which gives us a chance to pause and pivot accordingly.
Right.
And then I don't know what I thought it was, but it's the men on the table.
Yeah, the like soccer.
I think I thought it was like table soccer, but I guess it's called foosball. So.
Yes.
So I always say if foosball is mentioned on this show, something is clearly wrong.
Okay.
Why are we ever talking about foosball?
Fair point.
For now.
Fair point.
All right.
Not really in the context of our.
Not really in the context.
Okay.
Sports are not really in the context. But who knows? Let me not limit myself. Maybe
Don't limit yourself.
Maybe we'll expand. Maybe I'm going to do a full episode about foosball
I can't wait.
with a foosball table.
I want you to know what I want is for you to do a full episode where you try to live commentate a game with an actual athlete.
Yeah?
See how it goes.
That kind of sounds fun.
Thank you. I'll produce it.
Producer.
Like I have
I love
ideas.
that. I love that. Because I will know nothing,
Yeah.
but I will say everything. Because I have opinions.
Of course.
Speaking of sport ball, which I don't know if this is a great segue, but shall we do a lube breaker?
Ooh, okay. I was like, what game are we going to play?
We're gonna play.
Yes.
We're gonna play a new game this season. Would you rather? It's gonna be dating edition, messy dating edition. So I'll give you prompts, and you'll tell me which one you would rather.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh, don't be
It's not
scared.
about people. It's
No.
scenario.
I always a scenario.
Okay.
We're always
I don't wanna
scenarios.
be mean.
Exactly. We're not mean girls here.
No, I'm kidding.
Turn this
No,
off
it's
and we'll
like,
talk.
To offend someone is my worst nightmare.
Literally, mine as well. It makes me shake.
No, my best friend will literally be like, let the joke land before you apologize for making the joke. Just let me laugh.
Let
And
me
I'm like,
enjoy it.
"Sorry."
I know, but like you're like, I just want you to know this is not how I think. It's just a joke.
It's
I
just
know.
a haha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hee hee ha. Anyways.
Okay.
This will be very painless. Okay, so would you rather accidentally like a thirst trap from 2015 or reply daddy to their Instagram story meant for work? And by the way, daddy, I think anyone could be a daddy. But
Yeah.
so it's like but it is a daddy.
Yeah.
So which one would you rather?
Wait, their Instagram story meant for...
Or their Instagram thirst trap from 2015.
Yes.
So, that means you've been...
You were really on the
You
scroll.
were really on the scroll and you accidentally double tapped and liked their Instagram, their thirst trap from 2015. Or would you rather accidentally reply to their story, daddy, even though that story was meant for work?
I would choose daddy.
You would choose daddy?
Yeah.
What would I choose? I would choose daddy too, because the 2015 makes me feel like a stalker.
10 years down
10
in the
years
profile
down?
is
That's
lot.
a while. That's all of social
you've
media,
been
isn't it?
Up to something.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that I'm opposed to going that far down to figure out who you are.
Sure.
But I won't let you know.
No, that would feel weird to me. I personally wouldn't think anything of it. I'd be like, ooh, cute.
Yeah.
Like send it to me and be like, this was a good haircut on you. Something.
Yes, sure.
But I know how it would be perceived in the world.
Oh, interesting.
And I wouldn't, I don't think I'd want to do it.
That's so, I think that I would, if I, and that's happened where people like things from a really long time ago. And I think my reaction is always like, you found it. But my fear is that somebody's like, you're a stalker. Why are you this far?
Or like, why are you being
Yeah. Okay. So I think we both, I would also say, I would rather say daddy.
Yeah.
And why not?
What a compliment.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
People say it to me, I'm like, thank you.
Period.
Appreciate it.
You know what I don't like? And I've said, I'm non-binary, and people sometimes like to say they'dy. And I'm like, I don't know if theydy, it doesn't do the same thing as daddy.
It doesn't have a nice mouth feel.
Yeah, it's like, what's a theydy? I don't know, but daddy does it.
But this is something I actually find really interesting.
Tell me.
For my non-binary friends.
Yeah.
Especially when we were just talking about this with like scenarios you can and cannot walk into.
Yes.
As a very femme-presenting woman.
Yeah.
I have a different experience in the world than you do.
Absolutely.
In this tall, strong, athletic body.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm curious, as a person who is in their spirit enough to say, oh, I'm everything.
Yeah.
How do you then receive terms like that are obviously meant as a compliment? Like if someone were to be like, daddy.
Yeah.
Does that bump you because it feels too gendered?
Too gendered? It doesn't. One of my friends has the best saying. She's like, I'll accept any pronoun said with respect. And so I think that like a daddy that's said with respect, and that's not like, oh, I know that you hate this or whatever,
right,
is totally fine. Like
okay.
It's where language for me has fluidity to it, where it's like, it's really about your intention behind it more so. So no, I'm call me daddy, but also call me mommy. I mean, they call me messy mom.
Messy mommy's a nice.
So, call me whatever.
Yeah.
But not theydy.
No, because that also just feels like you're trying too hard.
Yes.
It's like, this is actually why the people who don't like us don't like us. Because you're saying dumb shit like
you're like, it's just like too much. It's too much.
Pull it back.
Pull it back, love.
It's really interesting to me because I've thought about it with a lot of my girlfriends and I, however it came to be, ma'am turned into our word.
Yeah.
Sort of like daddy. Like
yes.
Someone walks in looking gorgeous and it's ma'am.
Yes.
Like, how dare you give me a warning? Like, and I reacted that way.
Yeah.
To another non-binary friend of mine.
Yes.
Because they walked in the room just looking so gorgeous.
And
I was like, ma'am. And then I was like, sorry. but am I?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I realized it's one of those things, to your point, to have enough respect for your people, to ask how they feel about things.
Yes.
And then to know that not everyone in any group is going to feel the same.
That is the biggest part.
monolith.
Absolutely. That's what I always say. Like, this is my experience and how I receive it. But somebody else might love lady, or somebody else might love ma'am. And you kind of have to deal with the person in front of you as opposed to the group at large. I think that is the interesting thing about, we're about to go into this, about like just gender norms in general. I was thinking about like, what if we lived in a world that was actually genderless? Like there was no boys or girls or man or woman. You just kind of were Sophia and Brandon. What would that kind of open up in all of us? But there's more work there. You actually have to intentionally connect with people to find out who they are. Whereas these these like labels allow us to just like shorthand and allow us, I think, a little more disconnection.
Absolutely.
So I don't, it's more work, but I like that my gender identity and expression forces more connection.
Yes.
Forces more like, let's ask questions.
But I think that's why there is such a hysteria around trans folks.
Yeah.
Around non-binary folks.
Yes.
Because what you do is challenge the box everyone has been cultured to be in and agreed to be in,
yes,
consciously and unconsciously, for their entire existence. Your totality of being intimidates people who cannot imagine freedom that in their current existence is undefined.
It
scares them.
It's scary for them. Yeah. It's literally, the tension is about freedom. It's about like, I've been told I'm supposed to act like this. And so what have I cut myself off from because of that? And how dare you not follow the same rules that I'm following?
How dare you be so free?
Yes.
That your freedom scares me because I don't know what that feels like.
And how dare you engage me in that or demand that I engage in your freedom or respect your freedom?
Yeah.
Like, we're all doing this. You got to do this. And it's like, no, I think everyone gets to be who they are. But even that is also scary. Like, if I did say, hey, the same freedom I have, you can have, but that requires a lot of reflection, and a lot of talking, a lot of curiosity, a lot of putting things together. And I think there's a safety in the blueprint. There's a safety in following a blueprint that was passed on from our lineage or from society. And there's a scariness in building your own.
But what drives me crazy about this notion that it's a blueprint, that it's our DNA that we're somehow challenging, is that it's not.
It's definitely not,
It's not. The true experience of humans to exist on a spectrum is in our DNA.
Yes.
The binaries, the prescriptions, the demands placed on people come from culture.
1,000%.
And they didn't used to be like this even in our own current cultures.
Yes.
And so that's part of what drives me crazy is I'm like, oh, this is just marketing. And it's bad marketing.
Say it again. It is just marketing.
It's bad marketing.
Yeah, terrible. It's marketing that allows us to play our position for the powers that be.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I think what a lot of us, or I think what all of us, let's say that, what most of us in the queer community are trying to do, I think in its pure ideal, is reclaim. Is reclaim the freedom that I think we all had, regardless of our gender or our sexual orientation. Yeah. It's like, how do you reclaim the ability to choose who you want to be? And how do you get comfortable being uncomfortable with not knowing who it is?
Well, and how do you sit in the versions of yourself?
The versions, yes.
When you are in a moment of evolution and you say, like, this almost fits.
Yes.
This almost feels right.
Yes.
But it doesn't.
Yes. There's more inspection that I have to do, more investigation that I have to do.
Yeah, and you have to make it.
Yeah.
You have to create it in a way to find what it's always been. And I think that dichotomy is very scary for people. They want you to tell them the answer so that the unknown, the fear of the unknown can go away. And it's part of why I find, especially for our communities, everyone in the queer community, people are so obsessed with sexualizing queer people. They call it your sexual identity, your gender identity, referring to your genitalia.
Yeah.
Everything when you are not cishet has to be about the sex part.
1,000%.
Because the expansion of identity is scary. So they actually try to reduce each person's individual identity to a sex object.
And how crazy is that? When you really think about it, you're like, I'm my dick.
Like,
I'm who I like to fuck. Like, no.
Right.
That's like the smallest part of.
Well, and then they'll do the thing where they go, nobody cares who you're sleeping with. And it's like, well,
but
y'all have had the press tailing these people around town. So it seems like you really want to figure out who they're sleeping with. It seems like you really care. We don't particularly care.
Yeah.
It's like the least interesting thing about any of us. But it's the only thing y'all out there want to talk about.
It's
weird.
It's really weird. And I see it also in Hollywood and even selling things. You're just like, if there's not a coming out story, they don't know what to do with it. And I'm like, once you come out, you did it. And there's so much more to our existence after coming out. And there's so much, like, even when I'm with my gay friends, it's not like we're sitting down talking about sex the whole time. As sex positive as I am, we're talking about so many things. There's so many experiences.
Life, art, existence, family.
Yes.
You know, and
the humanity.
Right. And that's what's interesting to me, because if you look at, you know, the 56-year-old white straight CEO guy.
Yeah.
Nobody is asking him to solely talk about the sex he has with his wife.
No.
Or, you know, we all saw the internet last week.
Ooh.
There's more.
Yeah.
But it's like,
yeah.
Nobody's asking that.
No.
Nobody's talking to those people about that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when you are any of the alphabet letters in the, you know, under the big, beautiful, queer umbrella.
Yeah.
Everybody they can't figure out how that's not the center of your universe. And you're like, well, actually, my universe is just bigger, richer, freer, more curious. I have self-interrogated myself in ways you might not have had to.
Yeah.
And I don't say that judgmentally. I say it as an offering. Would you like to?
Yes.
Would you like to explore who you are?
And you know what's scary is that some people, the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is no. And like, I think as queer people making peace with that, like part of my pride and self-acceptance is knowing that some people really in this lifetime may not want to.
Mm-hmm.
And like kind of letting them be. And that, because somebody was asking how I remain soft. And I think it's like a radical acceptance. It's a radical acceptance that like everyone's navigating a whole bunch of shit. And in this lifetime, they may not have the capacity to explore who they are. And I don't have to adopt their pain as my own.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the most radical thing you can do is see people for who they are and where they are and love them anyway.
And Sophia, you're my mind, you're my brain. Yes.
And for me, learning to do that
in
the most interesting way has made me so much softer and so much more loving and so much more angry. Like when I am angry about what's happening to us in the world, it's not like pissy anger. It's
it's
sacred
rage. Yeah.
It's like
sacred rage. I love that. Yes.
Come to me in the lineage of what women are on the planet.
Yes.
You'll find my rage there.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I cherish the growth in both directions because I spent so much time in my life thinking that anger, frustration, pain, victimization, all the bad shit that happens to all of us.
Yeah.
That if I spent time there, if I doted on those feelings the way I doted on the positive, I was wasting my time or not being my highest self. And what I realized is that to continually turn your back on half of yourself, on the dark that goes with your light, is a self-betrayal. And it took me 40 fucking years to figure that out.
Yes. How did you figure that out?
I finally had to come to terms with realizing that some of what I had excused in the most sacred, inner sanctum of my life was not a badge of honor for my ability to compromise. It was betraying myself and taking less and less in return for what I consistently choose to give. I wasn't being mature. I wasn't doing the grown-up thing. I wasn't settling down.
Yeah.
I was settling for crumbs when I was serving feasts.
Oh my God.
And I went,
yes,
I'm done.
Yes.
And everybody's going to have something to say about
yes,
it.
Yes.
And everybody's going to think they know why.
Yes.
And everybody will do the thing that people love to do to women in the world.
Yeah.
Blame, blame, blame. And I know what's real. I know what's true. And I know I have finally learned to stop the Sisyphean task of pushing the boulder up the rock all day, every day. Like my life is a sentence.
Yes. Oh.
I dropped the rock and then I jumped in the river and I became water.
Oh. Yes. Oh my God.
Here we are.
The baptism of it all.
I'm just so happy.
Yes, of course.
And that was it, though. Giving up other people's
perception.
This is what you do.
Yes,
this is
yes,
how you
yes,
do it. This
yes.
is what it means.
Yes.
This is what it looks like.
And finding it for yourself and finding out what you think, what you want, as opposed to like being the good woman or the good man or the good idea.
Oh, good girl syndrome.
Oh my God. It really is. It really is. And it's all rooted in optics. I mean, I kept saying to a friend of mine, optics are a cage. Like we're so concerned about how other people will perceive it as opposed to what does it mean to us that we then rob ourselves or cut ourselves off and like leave half of ourselves outside the room as opposed to saying, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And when I am who I am, I actually attract the best people
ever. Yeah.
You like attract the people that are for you as opposed to people who like the idea of you.
Oh, I cut out every idea of you person in my life over the last 10 years.
Yo, I bet that felt so thankfully.
I said thank you.
Yeah.
But we have evolved past
Yes.
In hindsight is 2020.
Absolutely,
right?
of course. And you needed it. You needed it to get here.
Yes, but I can go, I see what drew you to me.
Uh-huh.
I see what part of my job you wanted a connection to.
Yes,
I see what part of whatever. And then I think about people that are like really famous. I'm like, how does Jennifer Aniston go anywhere? You know what I mean?
How does Beyonce?
I'm like, obviously she can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how those sorts of people do it.
Yeah.
I know even for us,
yeah,
in the relative notoriety, lack of anonymity we have, you have to start to identify, like, moth to flame is not always a good thing. I don't want my house infested with bugs.
I heard somebody say a lot of shit is attracted to the light. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit is attracted to the light. It doesn't mean that it's good for you.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to build, I guess, a holder around your flame and understand like who's allowed to be in that space with you.
Well, and I think when you are subjected to society's demand for you to be good.
Yeah.
Which women are.
Yes.
Good girl syndrome is tough.
Yes.
I know as a beautiful Black human in the world.
Yes.
Like, you are expected to do twice as much to prove your goodness.
Yes. Oh my God.
You know,
yes.
you have to behave differently than someone in your exact body with my skin would in the face of an interaction with a police officer.
Yes.
Going to get a small business loan, like whatever it might be. And when you are constantly existing, trying to prove to people that you're good, that is, to be frantic in your soul is exhausting.
Sophia, you came here to preach and I'm
so,
like, living. To be frantic in your soul.
In your soul. And you probably don't even realize that's how you are in the world.
This last Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving 2024, I got freed from my good person syndrome. I like realized, you know, and it's like, it's been a 15-year journey, particularly with my family. So I've been estranged from my mother for like 15 years. She's a born-again Christian, doesn't like the gays and all that stuff, or has a problem with my homosexuality. And so I had to create a really heavy boundary between us, which ended up becoming no contact, or very low contact. But what was playing in the back of my head, because she would say it sometimes, and I think it was a way to keep me in my place, like, oh, you're arrogant, or it would just like question when I wasn't following in line with her, then I was a problem. If I ever showed individuation, or if my light got a little too bright, then I was full of myself. And I think that stayed with me. And so in all of my interactions, I was hyper vigilant about being good, but afraid that there was a part of me that was secretly bad. And I don't know what it was, but finally, like, you know, I think seeing my mother's pain, like finally getting to a place where I could really hold that, like, my mom is a human and went through some things, and like, is not a bad person.
Not perfect.
But not perfect. And like had her whatever. I think it freed me from the pedestal I had her on. Because when you put somebody on a pedestal, you think, well, what they're saying is law. And it's very natural for us to feel that, especially with our parents.
Yeah.
But then when you go, oh no, that's also just a wounded child who then had a child.
Yes.
And maybe didn't know what to do with that child, especially one who is as wild as I am.
But I think there's a really interesting, there's a few things that are true at the same time.
Yeah.
In my experience and in what all my people are experiencing in this life.
Yeah.
Which is our parents didn't have any of the resources we have. No one was talking about mental health. If anything, they were hyper stigmatizing.
Yes.
Still a stigma in many parts of the country and the world. They couldn't go online to read about the parentified child syndrome or childhood trauma or CBT techniques to, get out of your anxiety.
Yeah.
And I think they were still carrying what feels like an old world, but is clearly still everywhere. Expectation, perhaps inheritance of parenthood, which is, and I just watched someone talk about this yesterday. I will pull the video up and send it to you, which is that most parents, whether they realize it or not, have children because they want their children to be their children. They don't want their children to be born of them or parented by them, brought into their home, and to go out into the world as the beings they are. And so I think particularly for people who can step into the totality of their identity, for trans folks, non-binary folks, you are so you that whether she's conscious of it or not, you have shattered her desire to have something that's hers.
Yeah.
And that's a generational curse that every child needs to break.
Yes. Yes. It's I want to take a little beat to let that sit. 'Cause you really, go ahead. No.
Like, I'm just thinking about it for you. Even what you were saying about getting a little smaller in her company.
Yeah.
The idea that your light, which is inherently so big, that it does inspire others, attract others, help lead others, help free others, could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Is diametrically opposed from reality and why it's such a beautiful thing. But again, full circle, I think it's why you see so much fear and fear-mongering about gender expansive people in our country right now, because the freedom is so big that it shines light on everything we've tried to keep in the dark corners of our society.
It makes you ask questions, and questions are scary for people. It disrupts things. We always talk about disruptive curiosity here, which is, for me, intentionally asking questions that interrupt your GPS so you can live a liberated life. And the GPS, I always say, is generational cycles, personal habits, and your scarcity mindset, right? Like your soul is, I always say your soul is trying to come back to itself, but the GPS of that generational cycles, the personal habits, and the scarcity mindset is leading you towards the blueprint.
Yeah.
It's leading you somewhere else. And it's like you need that curiosity, which I think queer folks have, trans folks, non-binary, which is to interrupt that so you can actually be free. But that is scary. And I think my work has been to know that it's not actually scary, but it might be scary for them, and be, I guess, empathetic about that and give grace. Maybe that's a better word. Like, give grace to, in this journey, that's where they are.
Yeah.
And, for our generation, I was saying this to my friends, like, our parents didn't have the therapy or the access, and we do. And so the next generation coming up will know what mental health is their entire life.
Yes.
But we have this, I don't want to call it a weight. It's not a burden, but we do have this like thing to take up, which is the crossroads. It's like the transition, like we're the generation that knew life before the internet and knew life with the internet,
We're stretched across two
Yes.
It's very unique to us.
It's absolutely unique and also difficult. And so I think it can be scary to want to shine your light because there is so much telling you not to, and yet there is so much telling you to, and having to take a chance and leap out on faith that, like, if it makes you, I always like, if if it feels good and you can't even understand why, it's still probably something to pursue. Yeah. If it feels like you're exhaling, and even though you can't articulate why, it's probably something to run towards. Mm-hmm. And if it makes you feel like this and you don't know why, get out of there.
Yeah.
You don't need to articulate it quite yet, but if it feels off, get out of there, or make a boundary there, or put something there so you can really nurture the parts of you exhaling.
That is the most profound thing, because before I had I don't have to push the rock, I can be the water. Before I put it down, the unease in my body was everywhere. And there's that phrase, like you can't see the forest for the trees.
Yes,
you're
yes.
so in it, and you're like, what is this? Something's wrong.
Yes.
And for me, one of the best gifts that my therapist gave me going through the whole process was pay attention to your body. Stop asking the big questions. Stop asking what's wrong.
Yeah.
Stop saying, I feel this way in my house, and I'm being told this isn't reality, but I feel it and I feel crazy. Like you're up here in the big concepts. Start to listen to your body. Do you react to this with expansion or contraction? Do you breathe in or do you exhale?
Yeah.
And that is how I learned. Those were my baby steps. Like the journey you're talking about, it's easier for you to see. Let's use your mom as the example.
Yeah.
You are 15 years into a journey. By now you are an expert. By now you are like the professional sport ball athlete of your journey.
Yeah.
Your mom doesn't know how to hit the ball.
Yeah.
That's a big chasm.
Yeah.
What I've realized in every rung on the ladder of life I have climbed, when I get to one that's like a big life discovery season, I'm learning something new. I couldn't have talked about that the last 5 years of my life this way without having worked through them. But the way I started to find the language was learning to hit the ball, going, am I relaxing or tightening?
Yes.
Am I contracting when I hear this or when this person comes in the room, or am I expanding? That's how I learned the language. That's how I learned to climb.
But like, what's so important, what you're saying, and I try to remind people, is that it is learning a new language. And when you learn a new language, you're going to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard. It's going to be frustrating. But I always say it's temporary discomfort to lead to everlasting peace.
Yes. And by the way, you're probably going to go through it every 5 to 10 years.
Baby.
You get to the next, you're like, I did it.
No, baby.
And then you get over the hill and you're like, oh, there's another one.
Absolutely.
I thought this was the mountaintop and there's just a whole other
there's
mountain.
another one, right?
I just couldn't see it from down there.
Absolutely.
But if you had been able to see it, you probably wouldn't have tried to climb at all.
Exactly. It's remembering, a friend of mine said this when I first moved here. She was like, the journey is the goal.
Yeah.
And I keep reminding, especially artists, it's like, if you don't understand or accept that the journey is the goal, then when you get the thing, when you get the job, you're just going to want the next one. You're just going to keep focusing on the accomplishments.
You're not going to enjoy it.
You're not going to enjoy it. And you have to experience it. Yeah. Sophia, by the way, you won the game. We were playing the game, Would You Rather, and you won.
I forgot that's where we started.
It is. This is what I love about
this
is what I love about this show. It's like wherever it takes us, it takes us.
Yeah.
Sophia, do you want to tell us something messy?
Something messy?
Yes. Or like it could be a personal story, something you heard, or it could be a hot take.
I mean, our government is messy.
There you go. Let's talk about it.
Like,
yeah.
I was about to be like, you know what's really funny for a person who's as organized as I am, and my closet's color coordinated.
Yeah.
And everything has a place in a drawer. My nightstand is so messy.
Really?
Oh my God, it's just always, there's like 3 drink containers, a glass of, the rest of last night's wine that I decided not to finish. I brushed my teeth and then was like, why did I carry this in here? Like, there's every vitamin under the sun, 12 books, 3 journals.
Do you read all different books at the same time or like one at a time?
It depends.
It depends. Yeah.
Sometimes I can't. I have to read like 4 at a time.
Yes.
And then sometimes I'm so engrossed, but I need the options. Like I always
Absolutely.
have 3 books in my carry-on bag, even if I'm going on a trip for 4 days.
I've learned that this is a thing, and I've just started it, where I'm like, I have like my 4 books.
I can't help it.
Yeah, because you're like, it's like a TV show. You're like, I'm in the mood for a drama today, but tomorrow I'm in the mood for a little comedy. And so you need your books to have.
I just need them.
Yeah.
I need to have them, even if I don't open any of them.
Yes.
I need to know they're there. So that's my like personal mess.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the world is.
Baby, how are you taking care of yourself in the middle of all? I mean, that's such a hard question. And I'm sure I feel this, like the dichotomy of watching the world burn and also still having to go to work, still having to do things like this. And you're like, still having to like look cute. And you're just like, wait, what are we looking cute for?
I'm like, the blow dryer. Seems like a stupid invention.
Seems really crazy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in a really odd way, it used to make me insane.
Yeah.
Like, terrible president term 1, insane.
Yes.
Now, again, it's practice, right?
Yeah.
And as my capacity to hold the dialectics, the things that are absolutely oppositional but true at the same time, expands.
Yeah.
That is for me, feels like my personal journey in life, to continue to be able to hold more things to be true and hold them tenderly. So in a weird way, it's so much worse than it was the first time around.
Yes.
I'm like, remember y'all didn't read Project 2025? We told you what was in it. And then you told us we were crazy. And
yes, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me crazy. I activate by sharing, by standing up, by never being silenced,
Yes.
by calling people to action, by reminding people of collective power, all
Right.
of those things. And on the other side, like the very worst thing that could happen in the country happens to people and around the world.
Yeah.
And I am in love with the best person I know who has the 2 most beautiful children. And those babies want to read books and color
Yeah.
and play basketball
Yeah.
and go to the park.
Yeah.
And they deserve the world.
They deserve that.
And it is that duality. The more I am willing to experience sorrow, the more space it carves in me for joy.
Yes.
And I'm just on the seesaw.
Yes. You have to ride the wave and understand that multiple truths get to coexist. We're going to parallel process, and that both extremes are necessary, like the showing up and the activism and the speaking, and also the laughing and the holding your people close and this and checking in. Like, the softness is just as important.
You deserve to cook a beautiful dinner. You deserve to go out dancing too late with your friends.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
It is medicine. And I think
your joy and your sacred rage get to exist at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. And the skill, the human skill of living and continuing to lean into both so you can grow your capacity.
Yes.
Like, what a gift to be on the journey.
It is time for Messy Mail, where we read out your professions and questions. As always, your submissions remain anonymous.
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Great. We have really been in the soul.
We've been in the soul.
What kinds of messes people
Let's do the messy stuff now, okay? And as always, your submissions remain anonymous. All right, so this one says, I dated someone from my friend group, and when we broke up, I didn't just ghost him, I ghosted everyone. I blocked the group chat, archived the photos, and started pretending I lived in Spain. Really, I just moved to the east side.
I was like, did we move to Barcelona? What's going on?
They said, I ran into one of the friends at Ralph's while test tasting the grapes. You gotta have a sweet grape. I told them I was visiting. This has been going on for almost a year.
Wait, so it wasn't a mental pretend.
No, like
it's the friends all think this person moved to Spain.
Yeah. And then somebody ran into them very close by on testating grapes. How long do you think this person can keep this charade up? That's a big charade.
That is so bold. That is so bold. That
How do you get away with that with social media? Like, I guess.
I don't know. You know what it reminds me of? Like, somebody sent the skywriting from a few months ago when that terrible podcaster Joe Rogan was platforming all the white supremacists. Which one, huh? And somebody had paid to skywrite Joe Rogan is literally 5'3" over his office. And I sent it to like 10 friends and I said, I aspire to be rich enough to be this petty.
Yes. Someday. Oh, I can't wait.
I would be such a troll. But to be like, that's petty.
That's petty and also
powerful?
I guess really powerful, but also like I would always be, I mean, I guess in New York, I would always be scared. I mean, I guess over here, but in New York, I'd always be scared that I'd run into somebody. How do you not run?
It would make me feel like a fugitive, but I hadn't done anything wrong.
Yeah, you just broke up. Why block everybody?
Well, by the way, I'm like, what I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to get into the mess. I want to be like, excuse me, caller, if you blocked the person you broke up with and the whole friend group, what did he do?
Yes.
What did he do?
tea?
What secrets did they keep?
Yes. What were the stakes that we had to block everybody and say we're in Spain now?
I'm like, ooh.
Ooh, that's tea. Also,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I think you're asking the journalism. The journalism. Okay, so this next one says.
I'm like, talk to this person.
I know.
Sounds like something I went through.
Sometimes when they like
a while ago.
Listen, sometimes when they send these things and I'm like, I need more details. How can I?
I need you to tell me more.
Tell me everything.
Because see, if this was a caller, I'd be like, say more.
Say more. Yeah.
About that.
We should do live calls. And we can follow up.
Episode where we just ask people to call in.
It'll be our foosball sport ball episode. Okay. Where we'll have martinis and beer and people will call in and we'll
Dodger dogs?
Yes.
It's literally my dream day.
Come on. We're gonna do it. This one says, so I was trying to post a thirst trap with, this is how we started all this, with a little je ne sais quoi and accidentally included a mirror reflection and you can see my ex in the background shirtless on my bed. My bestie immediately called me and said it was my bestie immediately called me and I said it was an old photo, even though I posted it 5 minutes after we hooked up. Bestie clocked that in the photo I have blonde hair and the first time I dyed my hair blonde was last week. So I'm avoiding her calls now.
That's...
Honestly, you have to check the mirror. Like that's the...
You gotta be honest about your life.
To your bestie, you just gotta say, listen.
You just have to be like, I panicked because I knew you were going to tell me I shouldn't have done the thing that I knew I wasn't supposed to do.
I was supposed to do, but I did it anyway.
I ignored myself and I did it anyway. So you were right. You get unlimited I told you so's this week and I owe you dinner.
Yeah, you just accept it.
Like make it funny.
Yes.
And move on.
Here's what I'll say. What I've learned, if you don't want to tell your bestie, it's probably something you should not be doing. If you don't want to share with your community what you're up to, it's probably not something you should be doing.
That part.
Period.
You can't hide things.
No.
So if you have something to hide,
Don't
don't do it.
Don't do it, babe. Don't do it, babe. It'll also just make life easier.
And by the way, then if you see people out doing the things,
you
go, you should probably go, oh, there's something I don't know because they're not hiding.
Yeah.
The hiding is the bad.
The hiding is the part.
The bad part.
It's just not good for the soul.
No, it's
But
not.
I would also say this. I have a thing with my friends and with just friends in general. If I tell you a thing, I'll tell you the thing one time. If you ask me to tell you again, I'll tell you it again.
Right.
And if you continue to do something opposite, it's no stress. I'm not mad. It's just like, because I think everyone has to be on their journey. So don't even worry about hiding it. Like, I clocked it. We can look each other in the eyes and be like,
hee hee.
Girl, okay, let's move on.
Be like, oh, really old photo. Nice.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Baby, I have your location. Like, stop.
I'm literally tracking you
like right
his
now,
apartment
sister.
right
Come on. This one, okay, I love this one. This one says, went out to dinner on 2 dates with a guy and he paid both times.
Oh.
When I wasn't texting him back to his liking, I finally told him, even though I liked his vibe, I don't think I have the time to keep seeing him. He Venmo requested me for half of the dates. Do I pay it? All right, they're asking questions. They're asking, what do you think? Do they pay it? First of all, it's wild. That's petty as fuck and crazy.
People are so petty.
People are wild. Humans are wild.
I'm shook. I'm also sort of inspired.
I know, right?
I feel like I need to be so much cuntier.
I know. Like, ask for what you want. Give me that half of that Venmo back.
Wow.
I don't know. But do you pay it?
No.
Yeah.
No. You know what I would do?
Tell me.
I would look up, like, what's this person's coffee order? Like, what's the coffee order?
Yeah.
And I would Venmo like $7.99 for a Starbucks grande latte.
Yes. That's tea.
Enjoy your day.
Yeah. You
know,
with a
just
little
be
note
like,
in the Venmo. Enjoy your day.
You offered.
Yeah.
There's no take backsies
That's wild.
with food you digested weeks ago.
It's already done.
Like, come
It's
on.
already done. Also, like, you had those receipts. I guess you go back to your bank statement or something. Like, love.
It's also, I mean, and listen, I want to be, these people could be very young.
Sure.
The expense of paying for two people to have dinner
Sure.
could affect someone's like monthly grocery budget.
Tea.
I want to be
Yeah.
a little sensitive to that. But if that's it, if it's like I liked you so much I overspent.
Yes.
I don't mean to be tacky, but
A little more context.
offer some context.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing it to be petty because you got your feelings hurt, then you deserve petty in response.
That's, you know what? I agree. I was going to say, somebody who wants to Venmo request for some dates, to me, and not all there. And so I'm like, I would just pay it and block
Right.
you and get out. But there is like if there was context, I could understand that.
Yeah.
But it's like it's just so rude.
It feels nasty.
Yeah,
So
it
if
feels
it's not
nasty.
explain it.
Yeah.
But also, as we all know, the price of eggs have not gone down; they've gone up.
Come on.
So groceries in this economy.
You know, you're like, let me get, I'll send you some money for our crate of eggs. How about that? Enjoy your breakfast.
You're gonna send someone $31.99 to get some organic eggs.
Organic. I didn't say organic.
Give me a break.
The
I'm at
regular.
the farmer's market on Sundays. I'm like $4 for a carton.
Love it.
Bye.
But bye. All right. This one says, this is a little longer. I'm 34 and only recently have I started naming myself as queer out loud to others, not just in my head. It's been liberating, but also disorienting. I spent so much of my life minimizing myself, code switching, or trying to be the version of me that made other people comfortable. Now I'm trying to be me, but I don't fully know what that voice sounds like yet. Everyone around me seems so confident in their queerness, how they dress, how they date, how they speak about identity. Meanwhile, I'm over here Googling terms that I feel like I should have already known. How do I find my queer voice, not someone else's version of my queerness, when I've spent so long being quiet to survive? That's a real, thank you for this question, listener. That's a real, yeah. What are your thoughts?
I think it goes back to what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get in the MLB if you've never picked up a baseball.
Yeah.
You have to try. You have to practice.
Yeah.
You deserve to.
Yeah.
You deserve to try on every version of your style. You deserve to go to every kind of restaurant to figure out what kind of food you like. You deserve to explore. And what I wonder about for so many people now, everyone's so obsessed with the definition and the when and the how long and the this and the that. And there's no black and white answer. It's not there was before and then today there's today.
Yeah.
It's always been there. Sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're lost in it. Maybe you couldn't voice it, but looking back, you always knew. Like, being a human is so complicated and messy.
Yeah. Yes.
And I hope for this caller that rather than feeling like they're behind and like they gotta figure it all out so they can dress it or express it or say it or name it or label it, that they can just feel freer to explore themselves.
To go on the journey and not worry about the definition, because the definition will evolve over time.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you're never going to have a landing. Like what queer means to you in the first month is going to be different in the first year. It's going to be different in 10 years. And so giving yourself permission to go on that journey. I also say like going slow, like the not rushing, like go slow in it, take it piece by piece. Don't feel like, oh, I got to know everything.
Yep.
I came out as non-binary in 2020. And the best advice I got was, you don't have to tell everybody right now. Like you can just see what it is for you first
Right.
before you hear what other people think it is. And I really spent that first, I think it was a year before I actually like said something publicly. And I like bought some more heels and I bought skirts and I played with and I just started just playing with things. And I did it in my apartment. Like I would just like, and then it was more comfortable to go outside in heels. And then heels hurt. So now they're just in the closet, you know, and then like becoming comfortable that like my style is a little more boyish and is a little more that, and that doesn't make me any less my version of queer. But like the giving myself, as you're saying, the permission to try all the restaurants, to explore, and to also, I think the other piece about this, I would say, is there's probably a version of queerness that this person has that isn't available in the world. And so be open to that like, that you might have an expression of it that actually doesn't exist in the world yet, that you will bring to the world. And so it's even more reason to explore, because as you explore and you take pieces from elsewhere, you kind of build a new tapestry that is all your own, and releasing the pressure of having to be a scholar of queerness.
Yes.
You know, like you don't have to be
an expert.
No.
On your first out loud day.
Yeah.
And I love what you said about not rushing.
Yeah.
Because rushing is how you wake up one day in a house that isn't yours. You know?
Oh, yes.
I can look back now and understand that there were certain pressures that I intellectually thought I had worked through.
Yes.
But in my bones, I had felt my whole life. And approaching, particularly for women in this world, approaching 40 and wanting to be a parent and all these things, and the pressure that my brain knew better than to fall victim to.
Yeah.
If you don't think I Pinterest boarded and produced that life
Baby.
fast.
Baby, quick.
And then I looked around and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I did great. Like, I'm a good producer. But I ignored myself. I didn't give myself time to really interrogate certain things. When I would ask a question about something that made me uncomfortable, I took the answer at face value, even though somewhere in my body I went,
there was that contraction.
Like that, you're telling me I'm safe, but I don't feel safe.
Yes.
And the undoing when you've gone too fast is a whole lot shittier than going slow.
Babe, that's tea.
Like, please slow down.
That's tea.
It will save you so much money.
Yes, that's tea. Woo! You know, I think as women and queer folks, I always say our worth comes from our productivity. Our worth comes from being good. And so there is that indoctrinated to not ask more questions because you don't want to be a burden. You don't want to feel like you are difficult. So you just take things at face value. But I think the way back home is to go slow and to ask those questions. And when you get that first answer, be like, is there an answer? Is there a question? Is there another question? I always say this now, and I say this in business, I say this in friends. Is there a question that I'm not asking? Is there a question that I should be at? Like I end all my meetings with like, is there a question that I should have asked that I haven't asked? Because there might be something that I'm missing and that somebody else might be able to shed light on, or to bring me into. Yeah, it's like there are always questions, and so always looking for more of them, I think, is part of the journey of finding your voice and knowing that your voice, that sometimes it's okay to listen. Yeah, as you're finding your voice, sometimes it's really. In fact, I would encourage you to listen. That I think when we think voice, we think, we have to like have a brand of our queerness and have to be able to say, this is what it is and this is what it isn't. It's like, no, sometimes you're in the phase where you're like listening and you're learning and you're just sourcing before you can actually express. And that's being in that chrysalis or that cocoon is invaluable. Yes. Like, do not try and break out of your cocoon sooner than you need to. Yeah. Give yourself time. Yes. Sophia, this has been a nourishing conversation. I feel great. It feels great. I'm going to ask you the last two questions that we ask.
Okay, are they naughty or nice?
They're nice.
Okay. I don't know.
They're nice.
I'm like, I just can't get over the pull quote from the episode I was listening to this morning. You had Nick being like, well, it's Pride. I'll stuff him like a pepper. And I was like, oh my God.
We have the range here.
You
know?
really do.
We have the range. We go through it.
I respect it.
Thank you.
That doesn't have to be for the pod. But you know what I mean.
Yes.
I'm like, what? Where is it?
Like, what are we doing? So this question is, what's your favorite piece of advice you've ever received, given, or heard? It could be naughty. It could be nice. It could be about anything.
One I'll tell you after.
Okay, great.
But I will say one of the best pieces of advice I have ever been given in respect to what we were just talking about is slow is fast.
Yeah.
If you slow down, you check in,
Yes.
you make the right first move.
Yes.
Instead of running in, screwing up, having to clean up the mess and run out,
Yeah.
you will get into that space faster.
Yes.
Slow is fast.
I love that. I was just reading, what is it called? I think Rest is Sacred, but it's Octavia F. Freeman. But there's a passage about pace and is the pace that you're at the cultural pace, or is it your pace? And that you have to slow down to find your pace and going at what is your pace. So I love that. Slow is fast. The last question is, I used to ask, what could people learn to love about themselves? But now I want to ask, what do you love most about yourself? And I'm gonna give context, because I know that in our culture, it can sometimes feel arrogant or cocky to say what we love about ourselves. But I really want to reshape that. We have to know what we love about ourselves. We have to love ourselves first in order to, what does Maya Angelou say? She says something like, something in the lens of, I don't trust somebody who doesn't love themselves. I don't trust if they don't love who they are, I'm not really sure what's happening here.
I love that I'm a courageous person. And I mean that I show up for people.
Yeah.
I show up when it is inconvenient, when it is harmful to my career, when it is scary, sometimes when there's risk of violence.
Yeah.
I show up.
Yeah.
I will not give up on us. And what I love about finding my courage first for our community is that it led me to be courageous for myself.
Yeah.
And when I realized that there was an incongruence between the way I could look at any person and say, you deserve better, the way I could look at any system and say, this is fucked up and it's broken and it oppresses people and we can do better. I had to realize that I didn't defend myself the way I would defend a stranger or a neighbor.
Yeah.
And it made me say to myself, like in the mirror, I love that when you love hard. I love that when you commit all the way. You go to the end of the road and you've finally learned that if you reach the end of the road and it's a dead end, who gives a shit what anybody's gonna think when you turn around and drive right back out? Good for you.
Yes.
You explored it, you did it,
Yes.
you left no stone unturned, you did all the work, and now you're gonna keep working on the next thing. And that, I used to be so ashamed at people's judgment or at the appearance of failure. And then I started to realize, you know how courageous you have to be? To do something big and then be willing to do the next.
Yeah.
Be willing to move on. Be willing to continue to choose better, to not settle for mediocre.
Yeah.
And when I realized that the way I was framing my personal failure is how I would view courage in people I loved, I was like, oh, I deserve love. I'm courageous.
Yeah.
And so that was a really big shift for me.
Yeah. Sophia, this was I knew it was going to be a great conversation. Like, I was very excited, but like, this was beyond anything I could have ever dreamed or imagined.
We're pretty good together.
We're pretty great together.
We need a talk show.
We do. We're gonna do our talk show. It'll be part soulful. It'll be part sports.
Yeah.
It'll be part foosball. It'll be incredible.
And then we can do like the after hours.
Yes.
Have the dirty.
And have the dirty, the dirty talks. Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Why not?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
I love you.